T-Man 978 Chill Review.
This particular review is for Marvel Legends Vision. Here's his artwork on this side of the packaging. He shares part packaging artwork with Doctor Strange here, and he shares that one-sentence bio with him as well. As you may be able to hear outside, someone's being rescued or arrested. But in the meantime, this is the lower torso and hips of Hulkbuster. This ball joint right here that I guess the upper torso attached to is very freaking tight, and this hurts, so I'm going to stop doing it. It's painted on the front, not painted on the back, and it feels very hollow, way lighter than the other pieces, like this heavy arm. It's like this arm is twice or maybe 3 times as heavy as this body part. Here you see you don't actually have to have a stand like I had at the beginning of the video. His cape actually keeps him up in a pose like that, which is cool. But that means the cape is stiff and could possibly get in the way of like standing up poses. Like if you try to have him in a dynamic pose like this, you have to have him angled forward, which is good. He doesn't crunch back much at all. I feel like if I force that, I'm probably going to break it. But he does crunch forward. You may have seen this body a bunch of times. I believe it's the Bucky Cap mold. His face is rather shiny, as you can see here. But there is a close-up. Now, away from the lights, it's not as shiny, but it does reflect a lot of light. There's a head right there. He is basically the generic comic book version of Vision. I mean, one thing I do like is the lines right here on the arms, or some parts of the arms, and the legs right there. The unfortunate parts about line work is when you turn stuff like this boot cut right here, it breaks up the line, which is unfortunate. But basically, he's just comic book Vision. It's like nothing really interesting to him, to me. One thing I can complain about, or I will complain about, are the boots down here. I think that he shouldn't be wearing boots. It should be just those feet that like Spider-Man have, where it just looks like a foot inside of a sock. So it kind of looks weird on Vision to me. Maybe he had that in the comic, I'm not sure, but yeah. He has all the same basic articulation every other Marvel Legends basic type figure has, including the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrists that spin around and go in and out. He has a boot cut, not all of them have that. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ankle pivot, super duper ankle pivot right there. I showed the crunch out. This waist actually snaps into place right here, so it won't turn unless you want it to turn. There's his butt, if you want to see his butt. The cape does come off and he looks like this. But there's Vision. Pretty generic. I wouldn't have got him if I didn't have to get the Hulkbuster piece, but yeah, he is a good figure. I can't even complain about him too much. Anyway, if you like this video, think about giving me a like and all the other stuff that's very good and helpful to me. T-Man 978, out of here.